Hey everyone, this is Sarah's Night back with part 2 of Let's Play White Day, labyrinth named school. I keep wanting to say a school named Labyrinth, whatever. Anyway, this building is structured a bit differently from the first one. Main building 2, as you can see it's called. We basically just have 4 straightforward hallways. Staircase going up to each is through here. And I keep getting confused between the crouch button and the action button. So we didn't really, we started like way down here at the entrance, and I didn't cut off the episode right there because automatic cutscene started where a ghost baby ran down the hall. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. But okay, I believe there was the first key we pick up to start the string of puzzles in this section is somewhere in this room. Don't think that did anything. It's either in the drawer. Or maybe it was... Yeah, looks like a key in the jacket right here. Uh, oh, Yeah, I couldn't just automatically go from looking at the drawer to the jacket just because it was in view on the camera. I actually had to select the jacket first to kind of focus in on it. Okay, trying to cancel out of that. Anyway, what's this document here? Coffee, most popular beverage containing caffeine, moderate consumption of caffeine. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as common in Korea as it is in America. Or maybe this is actually... Yeah, I think this is just the game's way of explaining what the coffee out of the vending machine will specifically do for you in this game. Cup of coffee contains approximately 100 milligrams of caffeine. For the for adults, the lethal dosage of caffeine is about 50 to 200 cups of coffee a day, I guess. I definitely remember after my grandfather retired, he came pretty close to that daily. I'm not really exaggerating. I know it was at least 10. He would still wake up at like 6, 7 in the morning and just keep downing the coffee to stay awake. Okay, well, I will try to keep this in mind about Morse code, but I don't recall that really factoring into any of the puzzles I had to solve. Oh, sweet. Here's another key already. School coin, definitely need that because I am not too good at this game. At least in terms of avoiding taking damage. And I'm not gonna lie, 75% of the time I bumble about trying to solve puzzles too. Oh, hey. The phone. Well, okay, that wasn't scary or even creepy. That was just obnoxious. What's this? Oh, I definitely remember a puzzle I gave up on and just looked up automatically the solution to it. The first time I played through was the passcode to the principal's office. This time, let's try to solve it legit. So hopefully this will help. All teachers working night shifts, passcode to the principal's office has been changed due to a recent leak of the previous passcode. Passcode is on the chalkboard in the student department office. Okay, I don't remember picking this up before. I must have missed this in previous playthroughs. Written with a piece of special chalk that is invisible under fluorescent light. The principal does not approve of others entering his office while he's away. Please use the passcode only in case of emergencies or special circumstances. Vice Principal Sang Moon Lee. Yeah, I think the principal was. Distinctly remember a cutscene that's just a miscellaneous collection item. Okay, and I think this was a clue as to, in at least one ending, I've seen two different ones so far. And one of those endings, there was a extra little segment after completing the third section of the game, the third building of the school you wander into, where I had to reuse all those weird magical tokens, each after one of these 5 elements. I had to put them back in their slots in a certain order or something in a time limit. Anyway, what I was saying, yeah, I definitely remember because of a cutscene that happens automatically where the janitor catches me in the principal's office. I don't know, I guess he turned out to be a pervert or something because he had like secret surveillance equipment behind a camera in his office. So, now to the second floor. One of those keys I picked up was to the student department office. Yes. There is the Earth token to get to the next building. Bathrooms, I believe. I guess it doesn't hurt to look right quick, since I did find at least one item in them in the last section, but I'm pretty sure these bathrooms are only for hiding out from janitors. Anything in the sinks? No. Actually, let's go back downstairs right quick. I'm pretty sure there is at least one item somewhere in one of the... Yep. Never hurts to have an extra chance to save. And this was... yeah. Had to collect 2 or 3 pieces of glass. Or at least they look like shards of glass that just have a picture on them to complete this puzzle in here. Anything in the drawers? No. Found out a new secret about the music teacher's hidden treasure. One of the paintings in the main building is said to have a key inside it that unlocks the room. I'm so close to winning this treasure hunt, I can almost taste it. I guess I'll be the one to finish it then. What we got? I am absolutely terrible at distinguishing between the menu button and the map. Keep wanting to press Y on the Xbox Lite controller that I'm using, or triangle on the PlayStation controller, because that's what I'm used to using to open up the main menu in a game, but it's actually start. Y button opens up the map instead here. Look at them as a picture, not words. For instance, this group of symbols means 2. We said under fluorescent light, that document earlier, that it won't appear. So, lighter. Okay, let me come back to that. Oh. And just leave the lights off in there. Because knowing me, I'll forget later on when I come back to it in like 5 minutes that you can't actually see the symbols unless you have the lights off and use the lighter instead. And this is the Lost and Found room, and hey, the ghost baby's back. Looking up at that little statue of a woman. And I simply look at what he's looking at, and he's gone when I look back down. Okay, and I know there was an item. Oh, boy. Hold up. Really hope he doesn't open this door. Hi. Okay, I will quickly run downstairs, hide out in the bathroom. Get in the stall. There we go. I know he didn't see me run to the bathroom, but you know he's coming in here anyway. And then he'll be an idiot and not bother to open up any of the stalls to see if I'm hiding behind one of them. I do like how he just turned around for 1 second and then was like, nope, I'll take another look. Or maybe he was trying to psych me out, see, you know, thinking that I'm seeing him. Turn around and about to run out, and then I'll come out of hiding and he'll catch me. Okay. Hopefully that's done for a little bit. I do have at least 3 or 4 coins, so it will not hurt to go to one of the vending machines. That's a save point. It's not a vending machine. Okay, let's get back up to the Lost and Found room. That's where we just now ran from. Make sure there were no other items in there. I'm sure there was an item underneath that vase. A key item, and for some reason I cannot pick it up at the moment. Let's just pull out the lighter instead. To Ji-Won Kim, please forgive me for not saying goodbye in person. I am being forced to leave all because of a sick rumor. Should you hear a rumor about me, please do not pay any attention to it. It's a story made up by people plotting against me. Once I leave, I'm sure you'll be bored because there'll be no one left to entertain your ridiculous theories and ideas. Well, it's like you're looking at whoever wrote this. It's like he trusts this G1 guy as a friend, but then he sort of insults him. For me, I'll be sad because there'll be no one to understand my world of art. To ease the sadness of saying goodbye, I leave you a farewell gift. It's my painting of you holding your first art piece. I think you said you created that piece to hide something important, right? Anyways, I wish you good health and a good luck in the future. Alright, well, this statue, later on, has a part in solving the final boss puzzle, which, again, you know, they're not really fights in this game so much as a series of steps you have to do. But speaking back on that document, I was kind of surprised to hear in Japan's and I guess Korea's too, probably China's, seeming culture of politeness and everything. I did meet up with a friend I'd known online for years uh, last year in person, and during that time, she told me that in her earlier years, she actually did teach in Japan for a while, and she was amazed at how much bullying was rampant, and it was mostly due to just rumor spreading in the schools. So that was kind of a surprise for me to hear, and I assume those rumors basically, probably a lot of them revolve around something like what the writer of that note to G1 just now was likely alluding to, and that was just based around like like probably students either being sexually active either with each other or probably with teachers to make it to make it even more scandalous, and that was sort of a way of bullying in school. And wow, only had 2 coins actually. Yeah, we can go ahead and use that. Pretty much at full health now. Something I definitely have to be careful on. I always think that... Uh-oh. If he comes around the corner. But yeah, I'm always tempted to press confirm instantly. Don't look this way. Maybe if I crouch, I'll somehow make myself smaller. But yeah, I was always in a hurry to press confirm when I got a healing item, and the thing is, right away the option comes up to use it on the spot, so I ended up using it unnecessarily, just thinking that, you know, automatically thinking that it was just a short message telling me, hey, I got this item, put it away. And I'm just like confirming to hit OK, But no, I'd end up using it. Alright, so now to figure out the code to the principal's office. Okay, that's back on the first floor, not this floor. Okay, I saw the enemy eye symbol. Oh no. Okay. Crap. Yeah, I saw it widen there for a second as though somebody caught me. Dude, seriously, just like look around the whole entire room. It's not that big a room. It doesn't take that much effort. But why am I complaining? It'd be even more annoying encountering them every few seconds in this game if they did do that. Great. He went down this way, I think. Or maybe not. Was here in this room, I believe. No, it wasn't. Oh, duh. I'm going back up to the room with the chalkboard. I need that in order to figure out the code to the principal's office in the first place. What's that rattling sound? Anyway, I broke off for a minute to figure out symbols on the board, and He's here. You know what? Before going back down there, let's explore the 3rd and 4th floor first. And was there a puzzle piece behind this clock? Perhaps not. Okay. But yeah, I broke off for a moment to get a guide on this without actually looking up the solution, and I didn't catch on what that document was telling me about this group of symbols means too. That was an example, of course, on the chalkboard. So yeah, it was really for those who don't know, like I think that's kanji or Chinese. Basically, in that group of 3 symbols, the middle one means not, or at least on the chalkboard it will. And whatever the other 2 symbols are, the first and third in the group, it will be like the third. Third symbol is sort of what you're supposed to subtract from the look of the first. So hopefully we'll see exactly what they mean when I get back to the board. Oh, good. Getting a whole lot of healing items. Yeah, don't run with the lighter. It instantly goes out. Don't remember if the burner had a hand in solving the final puzzle of this part or not. But I do pretty distinctly remember that. That's the art room. Well, of course, in the other door to the same room is going to be unopenable from this side. Since I heard the keys jingling for a second up here, hopefully that means that the janitor, like, actually wandered up to the 3rd floor. Well, no. Instead, he was right there on the staircase. Alright, we'll just hide behind this desk. He saw me. Man, he is really on my butt. Okay, hide out in the bathroom again. Sorry guys, this takes a while. Oh, is he really not going to come up to this floor? Which is kind of what I need him to do. To be out of my way while I solve the, code to the principal's office puzzle in the student department office. Ugh. Seriously? I like how he totally cannot see anything without that flashlight. Even though it's really not that dark. With the overhead lights off. Okay, I really hope. Hope. I should wait a little bit longer. Okay, I really hope he went into the hall instead of back down the stairs. I'm assuming that if I run, he'll hear the footsteps. So let's be patient. Okay, back to the chalkboard. So yeah, in this first group, the second symbol in each one is the same. That's supposed to mean not, or as sort of minus, I guess. So, taking away this bit from the first symbol, I guess that would be 4. That's the closest thing I can think of. In the second group, we have this J symbol. I guess that would leave... And the 2 dashes on the bottom, I guess that would leave this top line. And that's it. Or no, probably the top 2 lines. So that's 4, 2. And this one, I guess the first symbol is left with just the middle bar. Where the cursor that you totally can't see, because unless you're honed in on an item to pick up, it's extremely small circle. Even then, it's not really that noticeable when you see an item. Yeah, I rely on the item shining in the first place to even know that it's there. Not the circle you have to move over onto the item in order to pick it up. Okay, so I guess that's just what the 1 bar symbol, which is 1. And I hear the janitor. Crap. Let's solve this quickly. And this, I guess it's just the 2 slants at the top. There we go. That's 8. So 4218, or at least in some sequence or another. Please tell me he did not go down to the first floor. Well, I believe he comes automatically anyway when I start searching the principal's office in a cutscene. Alright, sweet. What do you got in messaging? The principal likes to monitor the school in secret. A fancy pattern that looks out of place ought to have something hidden inside. The students seem to find it disturbing that, oh, I guess they think it's because it's haunted. If the water was disconnected, then why is there any one sink in the lab able to still produce it? Yeah, that was also part of the final boss puzzle. It was something like taking that statue from the Lost and Found room and heating it up and then running it underwater or something to make it look cracked with the sudden temperature change, and that somehow pacified the weird running baby ghost that turns into a giant and tries to eat me. Sounds a lot weirder than that. No, it really is that weird. Let's just be honest. Okay, so what's here? Principal's document. Hey, Ji-Won Kim, that was, the guy who made the, or no, I think he's the guy inside the painting that I'm about to put together. He's the one that, the unnamed guy, who wrote the document I found in the Lost and Found room was writing to. And he, unfortunately... So this is... I guess is a list of people that the principal was monitoring. I don't remember this note. Unalived himself on school grounds in 2000. No family or friends appeared after his death. Wow. That's sad. Created and spread rumors. Oh. So he was the one that created the rumor about the guy who wrote that note. He said that was the reason he was leaving. It was this Ji-Won guy, who he thought was his friend, was the one who started the rumor about him. Showed some signs of paranoia, installed a lock on the music supply room for his exclusive use, and would hide the piano chair key so nobody else could find it. I remember that was a cool little sequence. I'm about to solve that puzzle as well, getting the piano chair key. He was being closely monitored around the time of his death. The possibility of murder cannot be ruled out, but given the weight of the evidence found, it is most likely that he unfortunately took his own life. So here is... Wait, who was Ji-Won again? Gender male, religion not applicable, subject music. Okay, I guess he was the music teacher. And Na Young Han was a senior year lady student. Top student during her first 2 years, but her grades began to fall when she entered her third year. Is it in Korea the same way it is in Japan? Like, high school actually only lasts 3 years, but they sort of go to school all year round? Just having, like, 2 to 3 week or maybe a month break, like, twice a year instead of just one big summer, like we do in America, something like that. The cause for her grade slipping was not found. She did not appear to be having issues at school or home. She was found dead in the school. Lacking any evidence for murder, her death. I think I read the word death at the same time as I was pronouncing murder, and I combined the two words. And she also took her own life. That's... these games really have it... Fatal Frame 5 was all about that. That was something that made me very uncomfortable. It was by no means a bad game overall, but... Fatal Frame 4 and 5, which I will eventually LP them, they just did not seem as good overall as the first 3 games were. This is a unknown person. Simply knows she's a woman. A delusional woman who began wandering around the school 2 or 3 years ago will sometimes trespass onto school grounds, but does not show any concerning behavior. Well, the fact that she's just wandering around there when she's not a student or a teacher, I mean, I think that's concerning enough. She may be involved with the accident 3 years ago, but there's no evidence linking her. Exhibits a particular sensitivity to the alarms, fire, and security. They cause her to have seizures. Hey, I remember that. I think that was the final boss of the 3rd building. Like, this crazy woman kept chasing me, and I had to, like, turn on the alarm to drive her away. Okay, let's solve this desk puzzle. I think I just remember it. It's basically the opposite. The reverse of the tiles over here. The design on them. Yep. Okay. See, it keeps making me think that I'm somehow accidentally looking away from the desk since, as Lee, I stood back up, but it's actually just saying, no, okay, now we're focused on the desk. But I was crouching before, so... Alright, what have we got on the monitor? Oh yeah, I do remember there was something I had to find on the top of one of these shelves, and I think it was watching this guy put it up there that made me realize where it is. Actually allows me to grab it. And here comes the janitor. Oh, there was another monitor. Thought he came in here automatically. Well, he probably is now. He's right outside the door. That is kind of creepy, the way he sort of slowly swivels his head back towards the room. Please tell me he doesn't come in. I remember him coming in automatically. Which you'd think that once you solve the code to the principal's office, at least for him, whenever he closed the door, it would automatically lock back. Okay, maybe he's not coming in here. Okay, he's way down the distance, so I don't think he can just see me naturally yet, even if he's turned in this direction. And he left. Alright, so the key that we saw him put away on camera is right here. Okay, I like to think I can run around. Just not going to turn the lights on. Let's get on top of the chair, and there's the key.
Oh, you're still here?
Oh, hey.
What's happening?
I forgot, Han shows back up. The other Han. So young Han. You know, gotta be nice to her, I suppose.
About me? You mentioned Ji-hyun earlier, right?
Oh, it's pronounced Hyun. I kept saying
Help me
Hyun.
then? Because I need to find her.
Okay, don't remember this happening. Hopefully this got the janitor out of the way for a while, because now I'm, like, escorting this character, I suppose. And no, she's still just slowly walking. Oh, maybe Ji-hyun has reasons of her own. Yeah, no kidding. And again, with the rattling. Is there a ghost in here somewhere? Well, nothing I can see. Let's go ahead and save. It's been a little bit. Probably would not hurt to, Drink some soy milk as well. Health is almost restored, and I think I said this last.
Many kids say they saw a ghost on the staircase.
I think I said this
They say
last
there's a
time,
kid
but
who just
I like
sits
how
here
the
and
message has to pop
cries.
up every single
Right
time I
here.
drink soy milk.
If you pass and don't know it's a
Like I got
ghost,
the
it'll
achievement,
grab
but I
your
didn't
ankle.
because I haven't drank
Do
100
you believe
yet,
in stuff like that?
and it won't even tell me how far away I am from reaching that achievement. Yeah, I sort of do now. Stuff has been
believe
going
it
on.
too. That's why I snuck in.
Oh, there's another reason you did, lady. Alright, so to the faculty office. That's the next room to unlock. Hey, another cutscene. I do like that drawing of the Siberian husky up there on the wall.
Hey, you feel that? So creepy, right? They say you get goosebumps when a ghost passes through your body. Every time I'm here, I get this strange vibe. Like someone or something is watching me. The music teacher who committed suicide.
Then that
used
should
to
make
say
Lee
the same
question
way,
why she is here at night,
that there's
originally by
something in this
herself.
school. After the teacher died, a rumor spread that there was a relic containing the school's secret hidden somewhere here. In the end, nobody...
Don't I have like 2 of those relics now? I mean, they're weird devices that seem to like dispel a magical barrier over the door between each building. Okay, open the doors over here. The door that you can open from the side. Okay, I do remember I have to grab a tape out of there.
The faculty office feels kind of odd at night.
Just about any place is creepy at night with all the lights out.
Sometimes, I think the teachers are the ghosts of the people who died in this school.
Well, you know right away
They're
because
watching us
undoubtedly
to
somebody would
someday make
accidentally
us
bump
their
into the
next
teacher, or at least
sacrifice.
they should, and they end up passing right through
Even at
them.
this very moment.
If she's talking about teachers who work here during the day. Okay, you know what? No, I'm just gonna gaslight her.
Yeah. I wish that was all it was.
Never mind, she doesn't seem upset. Hey, there's Ji Hyun.
Ji-hyun, you really are here. What are you doing here
Well,
so late at night?
Told you she was here.
What do you mean? You called and told me to come.
Dun dun
So
dun.
I called you?
Yeah.
Yet Han does not remember.
Hey, I need to talk to Ji-hyun. You go to the new building and try to find a way out of here.
Actually, have any of us just tried opening a window on the bottom floor? I mean, from the inside, you should be able to, right? So we're not gonna get to hear what they're talking about? Okay, I don't remember if we had to play the tape back. Or maybe it was on another boombox thingy. Whatever. State of the school report. Inappropriate rumors in school. This ought to be interesting. Games like treasure hunting are becoming a quick spreading fad among the students, but this is no average treasure hunt. It's to find the CD which belongs to the deceased music teacher who, you know, did that unfortunate thing on school premises last year. The rumors that Mr. Kim, the music teacher, had left a CD before his death which contains his last words and the secret of the school. Well, I found a tape, not a CD. A cassette tape, so I guess... I was about to say, well, that was pretty easy to complete that treasure hunt then, because I just found it. Plain as day, sitting in that boombox a second ago. According to the students, the clues Mr. Kim has left are being found periodically, raising the credibility of the rumor. The rumor has come to the point where it's disrupting classes. Some students are even known to bet huge amounts of money on this. All homeroom teachers are advised to be aware of this situation and to pay special attention in regards to this issue. Ah, another document on the new advanced mathematics class. Okay, well, skimming over it doesn't seem to really be just for flavor, I guess. There's a janitor. Funny how he completely passes over Han and Ji-hyun. Science lab key. Get rid of the broken stereo system in the music supplies room. Hey, I am in the music supplies room, right? No, I'm in the faculty lounge. Okay, let's go back to that document because I accidentally went out of it. The rumor that the broken stereo plays by itself is causing even more chaos in the student community, which is already in disarray. The students won't even enter the music room. Well, you'll see, we'll find out why exactly when I go in there in a second. It's kind of creepy. Since it belonged to Ji-won Kim, put it away with the rest of his personal artifacts in the lost and found room. Okay, onto the music room. Wonder where the janitor went so quickly. I thought for sure he was like programmed to come into the room where upstairs or downstairs. He's definitely on the stairs somewhere. Hey, oh boy, okay. How does he not hear me? And of course, that was the direction I was trying to go. Okay, I like to think he will not turn this direction. Alright, I saw his flashlight just now, so go through there. And the faculty lounge where I just left Han and Ji-hyun. I thought for sure as soon as I heard the janitor that he was programmed to come in there behind them and start looking for me. Alright, Casey's still out in the front room, where the bathrooms are on the first floor. Hopefully not up here, where I'm trying to go. I'm gonna walk quietly back up the stairs. Okay, music room. Where's the lock on the door? Oh. Yeah, you hear the piano going and, well, that was kind of a nice effect, I thought. Follow the dead man's music to meet him. So what you had to do here... Okay, I was just making sure that wasn't a document on the wall. Nice pictures, I guess. So you gotta listen to the pattern of music and then play it back on the piano. And key drop. And there's our next picture piece. If I can grab it. Okay, yeah. There was a code on the back of one of them. I remembered that. Maybe it goes to that right there. An upside-down clock pendulum. His voice shall be the key to unlocking the secret of music appreciation. What was that? 4617? Alright, close the door behind us. I feel comfortable turning the light on. Just to make sure. Oh, sweet. I think that's all of them. Let's make sure there's nothing in any of these drawers. Like, 95% of the time there is nothing. Oh, hey. So, how do I grab that? Really wouldn't be that hard to just climb on one of the shells. It's not even really that dangerous. I'd say there's a pretty good foothold for just, you know, taking literally 2 seconds to lift a CD off the tray up there. Okay, well, we also had key to the science lab, so let's check that out. Oh, sweet. Something else here. So we had a ghost story about a woman locked in the closet. The foreman in charge of construction to connect the new building to the old found everything irritating. In his opinion, it was a pointless project, but he wasn't going to complain since it was paid work. The sun blazed even hotter after lunch, and heat waves rose off the asphalt. The workers protested that it was too hot to work. The foreman was both jealous and spiteful of the brash attitude of the workers. Why jealous? However, he agreed it was too hot to work. The foreman ordered his workers to take a break. No progress was being made anyways, and if a worker happened to get heat stroke, it would just make matters worse. Everyone found a spot in the shade and slept soundly. Then something happened while everyone was deep in sleep. A loud cracking sound echoed around campus. It sounded like the scaffolding had crashed through the safety net. Still drowsy from their nap, the workers paid no attention to it and went back to their sleep. Really? It was a different matter for the foreman. If there was indeed a problem with the safety net, it would be his responsibility. He yelled at his workers to check out the safety net, but they pretended like they didn't hear him. Okay, fire these guys. It's one thing to protest a little about, you know, working out in 100-degree heat. I mean, there is a safety issue with that, legit, but there could have been an accident somewhere, and they're just not even going to listen to their boss at all. Annoyed, the foreman realized that he had to check it out himself. The workers who were debating whether to get up or not were glad that the foreman had left without them. Suddenly, the foreman yelled and then was cut off, leaving an eerie silence. Oh, somebody got axed by a ghost. The workers jumped up and rushed to the foreman. The foreman was frozen in shock, staring at a terrible sight. Oh, okay, never mind, he's alive. Where the scaffolding had fallen through the safety net was the dead body of a woman. The woman's corpse had no head. The foreman and the workers instantly recognized the dead woman as someone who worked in a local restaurant. How do they know without her head? From the chopped stump of her neck, dark red blood was spewing out, soaking into the ground. Okay, so it was a pretty recent death. Like, literally at the time they heard the scaffolding collapse. And yet her head is nowhere to be found. The foreman and the workers kept their mouths shut and moved quickly. It was the first time they had worked together so harmoniously. Despite searching everywhere, they could not find the missing head. In the end, they buried the body in cement and sent it to a waste facility. Why? What is there to cover up? I mean, I guess. But if somebody finds her head, well... It seemed like they did a perfect job covering up what had happened. No one would ever know what had happened aside from themselves. Well, you know, except for the loud crash of scaffolding that had to have attracted somebody's attention. It's in public during the daytime. Outside. No one would ever know what had happened aside from themselves. For some reason, those strange accidents kept on happening after the incident. Workers were injured much more frequently than before. This slowed progress on construction, and a rumor spread among the workers that there was a ghost at the site. The foreman fumed with anger and ordered his men to keep their mouths shut. Then a pulley fell from the fourth floor and crushed a worker to death. While his body had been mangled by the pulley, his head was strangely unharmed. The foreman became terrified and decided to turn himself in to the police. Well, at least somebody has a conscience. Even then, rumors persisted that a floating head could sometimes be seen. Eventually, the construction work was completed despite the slow progress. When the school reopened after summer break, they were shocked to find the dead woman's head in the garden. They say that the head looked as if it had just been cut off of the body, despite the fact that it had been out in the heat of summer for weeks. Spooky. And there's the sound of the janitor. Let's get this done quickly. Definitely not turning the light on, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, this is the room with the sink. What's down here? Newspaper scrap. March 15th, around 9:50 p.m., there was a fire in the home economics room at Y for short. I think the full name was like Yonda or something. High school in Seoul, killing one female student. The fire damaged hundreds of dollars worth of property, but caused little structural damage. This was only a small fire that was put out in a matter of minutes. The accident happened right after the end of night classes, so most students were out of the building, but one student was killed while waiting for her mother. She was suffering from asthma, and the police believes that she died from an asthma attack triggered by the sudden fire. The authorities are investigating further to determine her exact cause of death. We'll meet her eventually, probably. Okay, that's a miscellaneous item just for collecting. Let's go back down to the picture puzzle piece. Picture puzzle. I got all the pieces. Don't know why I said it like that. And there he is. Into the bathroom. Okay, I was thinking he might turn his face toward the wall so I could just sneak out. But no, he instantly turned back around. I don't know, something just kind of enhances the creepiness just a little bit by the fact that he's got a bum leg. Hopefully he went down the hall. No, it doesn't look like he did. Crap. Well. You know what? Screw you, buddy. Locked myself in. Alright, hopefully he'll come in through the door opposite me and not be able to see me. I mean, most of the time he just, like, swivels his flashlight around at a 90-degree curve, doesn't even bother to look around the whole entire room. I do like the sound of water you can hear, I guess, from the one sink that is still mysteriously functioning. Okay, can I see which direction his light is going in through the windows? It's probably gone just right back down to the second floor, where I do not need him to be. Oh, good. Other direction. Ugh. This guy. We're right back to where we started. Went right back down. Please tell me he went upstairs. Okay, well, since the eye disappeared, hopefully that does mean he went upstairs since I'm getting further from him. Now I can have some peace and quiet to solve this blasted puzzle. Okay, so that's what's telling me to be able to... Like, from Lee's perspective, this is actually telling him to consider looking inside the vase. I mean, makes sense. Let's go. Okay, that will enable us to grab the CD from the music room. Because using the remote to close the disc drive will cause it to fall out. That was on the 3rd floor. You know what? I don't care. Maybe the janitor disappeared or he's still on the 4th floor. Let's just do this. Something taped on the back. Art room. Where's the art room? Ah. The art supplies room is where the giant baby ghost, well, the baby ghost like becomes a giant, manifesting himself to where he can physically hurt me. But I do believe the janitor disappears entirely while I'm solving this puzzle, so here we go. It's really great that I don't have to deal with them, at the very least, while running around the building trying to, you know, complete a series of steps to, you know, solve this puzzle and get out of here. That would be really obnoxious. But let's see what we got in here. Ah, yeah, this tells me how to, use special educational clay, purchase at school, okay. Method, need the clay to form a certain shape, dry in a cool place. Use the electric kiln to fire it. I assume, you know, since that statue in the lost and found room that the baby ghost was looking up at earlier. Well, that is, it's already taken a certain shape, and the place where it was stored has dried it off. So, we'll put an electric kiln to fire it, cool it slowly under running water. Grading standards, the clay doll's appearance and color 60%, heating methods and class participation 30%, presentation 10%. I don't think that had anything to do with solving the puzzle, but we'll keep that in mind just in case. Hey, wait, I thought Valentine's Day was called White Day around here. He seemed like he enjoyed the chocolates even though he said otherwise. It's not even 100 days yet, but I feel like we've known each other a long time. I hope this doesn't change. We know we love each other, but it's nerve-wracking sometimes. Are other people like us too? Well, if he told you he didn't enjoy the gift you gave him just to be a dick, are you sure you want to continue seeing this guy, whoever wrote this? I've caught a cold. I called him. Hearing him angry startled me, but also made me happy. Lady, red flag right there. It came off as awkwardly cute that someone like him, who rarely shows emotion, was worried about me. But is screaming, why the hell did you get sick? Oh, so she's just twisting this another way in her own mind to actually make him seem like he cares. Well, see, he only got so angry and yelled at me because he was so worried about me. But is screaming, why the hell did you get sick, the only way to express your concern? Now you're catching on, lady. February 26th. I wonder if I got fat during the winter. He called you fat, didn't he? He made fun of me for my weight gain. He didn't make it sound so bad. No, that's bad. What I'm really upset about is the fact that he doesn't express his emotion. Blah. March 5th. Everyone's still getting used to the new term, but they all look happy. It's good seeing everyone again, talking and laughing together, but it was impossible to see him once school started. We both knew we were busy because of the schoolwork, but it didn't stop me from missing him. Lately, I've been feeling sluggish. I think I didn't get enough exercise during the winter break. Oh, March 14th is White Day. I thought that was supposed to be the same as Valentine's Day. It was just called White Day in Korea. All the kids were buzzing over Guamjian. Sorry, of course, I'm not pronouncing that correctly. All day. I think her boyfriend snuck into school last night to leave her a box of candy. Damn the girl. Yeah. In your position, I would be jealous too of a girl whose guy treats her right, because your guy clearly isn't doing the same for you. She's practically been glowing with glee all day. I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I feel annoyed at her. He didn't do anything for me. I was so sad I could die. Well, you don't have to go to that extreme. Just break up with your jerk of a boyfriend now. Wait for somebody better. Or look for somebody better actively, whatever. Either way, you're better off without him. March 20th. It's too early to call it spring. I think I'm down with a cold. My body is out of whack. I mean, I am a senior after all, but still. I talked to him on the phone today. He said something about the duties as a student and whatnot. He meant that we needed to take a break from seeing each other. I feel suddenly scared. This poor girl is very insecure. I'm scared that I'll never see him again. March 25th. The midterm schedule is set. Today is our 100th day anniversary. We didn't even get to talk on the phone. I'm sure he is busy, but I desperately need to hear his voice and see his smiling face. Something tells me he doesn't smile a lot at all. I can hardly control my emotions. I keep thinking about... I actively feel sorry for this girl. She's got a problem. I do not remember this at all from the previous times I played this game. April 4th. With a sense of dread, I ran the pregnancy test. The result wasn't what I hoped it would be. Having a new life inside me was scary, but in a way it made me feel better. I'm worried about his reaction. Should I tell him? Maybe he will take more interest in me. Well, considering he banged you, I'd like to think that he would. It's the least he could do. But at the same time, wouldn't I be a burden to him? He's the father. April 8th. His reaction was unexpectedly cold and scary. No surprise here. He even threatened that he will never see me again if I didn't lose the baby. Typical story. It scared me to death. But I will give birth to this baby no matter what. That's right. Take charge, lady. I am thankful to the new life inside me. I will keep it even if I have to die. I can't stop looking at the cover of the art book. It's a picture of a clay doll with a woman and her baby holding hands. So, I just now realized, is the baby ghost? Is that like... Lee has no audible reaction to this. And how he knows that that clay doll fell is anybody's guess. Alright, so we gotta pacify him with the clay doll, but I assume the baby ghost is... well, is the child that didn't... like, the mother did not the mother in that note did not make it through the pregnancy and the baby died too. The baby wants to meet its mother. Alright, let's do this. Lost and found room, second floor. Okay, so if you didn't guess, that was the boss of this place. We just gotta do some modifications to this clay doll, and present it to the baby ghost, the giant baby ghost, and we'll be good. We'll pacify it and the building will stop collapsing. That was in the biology lab? No, going to the kiln first. Not the one sink that still works around here. Let's turn on the lights. I don't have to worry about the janitor anymore. Oh, by the way, I also totally grabbed this thing with my bare hands after it's been in the furnace. Yep, scalding hot. And I just grab it. That reminds me, there was an oven that could go up to like 900 degrees at one of my previous lab jobs. So we had to wear some very special bulky gloves that made things very difficult to handle. I'm just so glad that it was, yeah, the sink was down here in the science lab. It was only for like one particular test that I think I only had to do a few times at most over the course of like the 4 years I worked there. Like when you open up that oven to take samples in and out, you would just get blasted in the face with heat. It was stifling. Alright, I think that's all we had to do, so... The thing is, you have to be very careful about the way you present the doll. I kind of have to walk up. I can't walk up too fast and kind of move the cursor all around to make sure that... Oh, school coin. Cool. Well, I got plenty of time left. Let's just see if there was anything in there. No, there wasn't. Okay, and watch carefully for the circle to enlarge. So I'm putting its hand without getting too close. Otherwise, it's an auto game over. Oh boy, I forgot there were some QTs here. And I do believe the Earth token to get out was just behind this door. And the baby transformed into the other half of this doll. It was the one that the woman who wrote that note I found in this room about, you know, having the jerk-ass boyfriend and getting pregnant by him. She mentioned this mother and baby clay doll holding hands that gave her a sense of peace about her circumstances. Alright, well, that's that, I guess. Let's check the... It says essential items. I don't remember if this actually did anything after this, though. I just pick it up. Or maybe that just... I just needed that along with the Earth token to get out of here, plot-wise. Okay, let's just go ahead and save. And I will exit this building when we return. Thanks for watching, guys.